these are the four important factors, or you can say pillars for the success in any examination. The revision is very important one. अगर आपने रिवीजन नहीं किया, आप यहाँ पहुंच जाएंगे धीरे धीरे along with that time. जब भी कोई टफ टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं आप, डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं, तो उसको छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करिए, एंड देन यू शुड बी एबल टू रिटेन इट फॉर मच लॉन्ग पीरियड. एक स्ट्रेच में ना 50 मिनट से ज्यादा स्टडी नहीं करनी चाहिए. कभी भी आप रजाई ओढ़ के या बिस्तर में जाके पढ़ाई नहीं करेंगे. जो बिस्तर में गया वो कभी वापस नहीं आया, सो गया. Hello friends, welcome. Today I am going to discuss about revision strategy. Scientific techniques how you should revise to get your knowledge up to date and you can recover them at any point. First of all, if we talk about four pillars to succeed in any exam. See, if you talk about me, I am taking classes in mechanical engineering department of MEDISI for more than 15 years. Senior faculty of MEDISI, and I have seen lot of toppers now. You can say lots, 15 years through engineering services gate. And one thing common in all those who are toppers were having all these four strategies done. So first of all, that is class notes. They are very important. Class notes you can say, or you can say textbook, they are very important. Then second one is the proper revision strategy, which we are going to discuss here. You can say this is the main point for which we are going to cover up here. That is also very important. Third important pillar for the success is previous year questions, PYQ, and along with that workbook. If you are going to done 3, means 75% of the job already done. And then the fourth one, most of the students they miss out. This is test series, and not only test series, whatever the performance is in the test series, you have to review it, check it out, so that you can work on it and you can improve. So see, these are the four important factors, or you can say pillars for the success in any examination. Now, out of those, we are going to discuss about this very important second one, revision strategy. Now, first of all, if we talk about revision, three main, you can say, problems or dilemma about revision. The first one, no time to revise. Student feel उनके पास time नहीं है, lack of time. They think of कि we should complete the current topic or we should go for the revision. See, that's why this first question that comes, we don't have the time for the revision. I will let you know why this is a dilemma for you. Then the second one, revision is very boring. Now, whenever you think of revising, you get sleepy. नींद आने लगती है. That's why the second problem that students face. And the third one, if they think of revision also, how we should revise. These are the main questions every student they used to ask. Now, let me tell you first of all, why we forget. Now, if we talk about, there was a German psychologist, Hermann Ebbinghaus, and he has given Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. And that is a study done on a very, you can say, large database. Now, based upon that study, what he concluded out, what they observed, just after the study, after only near about 15 to 20 minutes, you lost out near about 60% of the topic. And after 1 hour, near about 50% only left out. And if we talk about a day, जो हमने पढ़ा था, after a day, near about only 34-35% will be left out. And if you go for a 1 week, near about 25% you should be able to retain out. That's why the revision is very important one. See, this is the figure. It is like exponentially dropping. One side it is the learning and along with the time. Now, as time progresses, whatever you have learned out, that start decreasing very fast. That is exponential. See, after 1 hour only, 44% you should be able to retain out. Matlab, more than 50% you lost out. And then what after 1 day? Only 33% is remaining. Sirf 33% means 1/3 whatever you have learned, you should be able to recall. And after 6 days, it is only 25%. जितना आपने पढ़ा था उसका सिर्फ 25% याद रहेगा, बाकी साफ हो चुका होगा. And that's why very important to revise the things. Now see, Based upon that, why revision is important? Based upon that study conducted by Herman Emengus, that study was done in 1885. That study was done. See, this is the original curve. अगर आपने रिवीजन नहीं किया, आप यहाँ पहुंच जाएंगे धीरे धीरे along with the time. But if after 1 hour, मतलब that's why, जैसे आपने स्टडी की क्लास में पढ़ा, उसके जस्ट बाद घर पे गए, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आफ्टर 1 hour you should go for the revision. After 1 hour, if you are going to revise, this will be the curve. Means see, you were after 1 hour exactly, it should be without revision you are here, but if you are able to revise, it should be here. Then after that, after 1 day, again you should revise that topic. After 1 day. अदरवाइज आपने 1 घंटे के बाद रिवीजन कर लिया और 24 आवर्स के बाद नहीं किया तो यहां पे होंगे. बट इफ यू आर एबल टू, अगेन you are at this point. And then after that 1 week means at about 7 days. So that's why it should be, see, initially the frequency of revision should be fast. You can see 1 hour, then 24 hours, then 1 week, and then after that 1 month. That's why it's very important. You should keep on revising already covered topic. I used to tell students in almost every class, revision is very, very important. It is very important. It is more important than covering a new topic. You should keep on revising already covered topic. Now next we come to key reasons why we forget the things. है ना, जरूरी है इलाज के पहले we should know about the disease. है ना, जरूरी है बीमारी तो पता चले क्या कारण है. See the first one, importance or relevance. अब जो टॉपिक आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, देखा यह है कि अगर आपके लिए उतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं आएगा. And then you should be able to forget it very, very fast. That's why you should start having interest in that. When you are able to create interest, automatically the things you should be able to retain for a long, long period. That's why it's very important. You should create interest in that particular topic. The second one, which I have already told you, time factor. Here, as time will increase, your लॉस विल बी मोर. जैसे जैसे टाइम बढ़ता जाएगा, जो आपने पढ़ा है वो आप ज्यादा लॉस आउट करते चले जाओगे. देखा गया है कि आफ्टर 1 hour, नियर अबाउट 1 hour, 50% विल बी लॉस्ट आउट. 50% will be lost out after 1 hour only. And after 7 days, if you have not revised, 90% will be lost out. Means only near about 10% will be left out. सिर्फ आपका 10% बचा होगा तकरीबन 7 days के बाद. तो second thing is a time factor. That's why along with the time we should revise the things. The third one, tough or complex topic. Normally it is seen if the topic is tough, difficult, complex, you should be able to first of all digest it. Little bit difficult to digest that, and secondly you should forget it much faster compared to the easy topic. That's why whenever you study tough topics, what we can do, we can break it down into small subcomponent, subgroups, so that you should be able to retain it for a long period. तो इसलिए ये कहा जाता है कि जब भी कोई टफ टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं, डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं, तो उसको छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करिए, and then you should be able to retain it for much long period. And the fourth one is presentation of the topic. See, how the topic is presented, that is also very, very important. Normally it is seen if visual presentation is given. If the presentation is given visual, along with that you are able to listen, you are able to see it, listen it, and even along with that if you write it down, then the best combination will be. नॉर्मली ये देखा गया है कि जो नॉर्मल आप सिर्फ पढ़ रहे हैं, सिर्फ देख लिया, आप उसके साथ लिख भी रहे हैं, इफ यू कीप ऑन राइटिंग अलॉन्ग विद दैट, यू आर एबल टू विजुअलाइज इट, लिसन इट, देन you should be able to, you can say, retain it for a long period compared to only watching or only seeing only. So what normally it is visual. That's why normally visualization is much more important compared to the only listening or seeing that thing. And the fourth one, physiological factors. Now, if we talk about physiological factors that is related to our body, first of all, proper sleep. See, if you are not having good sleep, of course, you are bound to not retain it for a long period. And secondly, you will forget much faster. See, lot of times I have seen students, those who are not able to perform very good in the gate. The reason is just before the night, they are not having a good sleep. That's why proper sound sleep is also very important. Along with that, other factors are stress, anxiety. Now, all these are those factors which will help to forget the things much faster. That these are the physiological factors which you should retain. That's why proper sleep is important. At least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, sound sleep should be required. Along with that, see, if we talk about our brain is very important. See, brain is only near about 2% of our body weight, but out of the total energy which you consume out, 20% of the near about energy is consumed by brain. So that's why your brain should be in very sound, good condition, and that comes via good proper sleep. So that's why better एक अच्छी sleep लेना भी जरूरी है just before the exam. और अगर आप proper sound sleep लेंगे, rest करेंगे, then you should be able to retain it for a long period. Stress, anxiety से दूर रहना है. The next we'll see the effective techniques of revising the things. See, the first one is spaced or break up study. See, normally it is seen it is very difficult to concentrate effectively for more than 52 minutes. And that's why you see all the lectures in the universities or schools are maximum of 40 to 45 minutes. Because they know it is very difficult to continuously focus at a single one point for more than 45-50 minutes. And that's why Zeigarnik has given an effect that is known as Zeigarnik effect, that is based upon the study done by Russian psychologist. The full name was Bluma Zeigarnik. He has given an effect. It describes the tendency to better remember uninterrupted or incomplete task compared to completed task. मानते ये हैं कि सपोज आपने कुछ ब्रेक डाउन कर दिया, बीच में रिदम छोड़ दिया, तो आपके माइंड में ना एक अर्जेंसी सी होती है बिकॉज द टास्क इज नॉट फुल कंप्लीटेड. So that's why still it is in your memory. See, exactly the story is it should be short-term memory or long-term memory. Now, when it is in your memory, still there is some urgency. You have to complete it, and then you should be able to focus for a longer period. That's why he has suggested that Zeigarnik had suggested a formula for that. Rest time should be 20% of your study time. That means, इसका मतलब क्या है समझे? Suppose आपने 50 मिनट स्टडी की. That was your study. That was study time means you have done mental work. So what they suggest कि now your rest time should be 20% of that. 20% of that means 10 minutes should be your rest time. Now in this rest time, exactly do remember, we should never go study beyond 50 minutes at a stretch. एक स्ट्रेच में ना 50 मिनट से ज्यादा स्टडी नहीं करनी चाहिए. और ये रेस्ट टाइम में आपका फिजिकल वर्क कर सकते हैं, फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज कर सकते हैं. अब फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज मतलब जैसे सपोज यू कैन हैव अ बाथ, यू कैन क्लीन योर रूम, you can wash your clothes, any other activities in between you can do. So that is the logic behind that. When the task is still not completed, it is in your mind. Now when you take a gap and you come back, you again start from the same point. It should be easy to remember those things for a longer period. Then the second one is mind mapping technique. So see, this mind mapping technique is very effective when you want to break down your total task into small branched up tasks. Now here how you should prepare mind map. Your main subject or your main topic should be at the middle, and then their subtopics should be into divided part. Then again their subtopics subbranch into subdivided part. That create picture visualization that help us to retain it for a very long time. Just the main thing, main aim target will be in middle, sub branch, then subset, subset. That is like a structure it should be. That is also very good effective technique. See, I have taken an example. Suppose you want to construct a home. Now see, main aim target is home construction. Now for that you require financing. Money will be required, finance required. Now finance also, maybe you mortgage loan, cash, you have some loan is there. Then after that, finance problem done, then location where you want to construct a house. Then what are the permissions you have to take, permits. Then who will design, architect should be required to design the house. Now design is completed, after that structure should start. After structure is done, building is done, plumber, electrician, etc. will be there. Then interiors will be done. Interiors done, everything done. Then you should move in the house. So that will be the structure. You can say mapping technique example for you. So that is also a very effective technique. You can have it to divide your main broad subject into sub classes so that you should be able to digest it and you should retain it for a long period. Exactly, the target behind is, the aim is visual things we should be able to retain for a long period. The next technique is flashcards and mnemonics. Now flashcards, normally that is initially used by little kids, children's, but they can be also effective for your studies, mainly theoretical portions. Mainly theoretical portion, and along with that technical if it is numerical formula. Like for example, I have said, suppose like those students preparing for the art subjects like civil services, they can have that for history, languages, then psychology, med, chemistry, literature, different subjects they can have. Normally in these, one side it should be some formula and back side should be for the topic. The topic and their related formula or theory or theorems or definitions. They are also very effective technique, and different colors help you to retain them for a very long period. Second one is mnemonics. Now mnemonics, if we talk about a short form, they are a short form which will help you to remember long things. Like for example, I have taken a very simple one. My very epic mother just served us Necos. Now this is a technique normally used by the kids to remember the planets. M for Mercury, V is for the Venus, E is for the Earth, M for Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. During my engineering days also, I used to remember one mnemonic, that is CTOR, CTOR HMT. This was the mnemonic, CTOR HMT. That is exactly for the, in the mechanical material science, that is 7 structure. Cubic, it is tetragonal, orthorhombic, then rhomohedral, hexagonic, monoclinic and triclinic. That's why in this manner I used to remember it. Still I used to remember CTOR HMT. You can make these techniques, these mnemonics are very helpful. They help you for like nomenclatures or something to remember for a very long period and without any much trouble. Then nowadays even digital voice recording and mobile phone you have, just record your voice. Theory portion you can revise and you can record it first of all and you can listen it at any point of time, just like we used to listen songs. They are also very effective technique, and exactly see what it is saying. When we watch it or listen it, you will be able to retain it for a very long period. See, there was a study was done. At a 0 point we have studied, then after the orange one is for the after 3 hours and after 3 days is black one. Now if only you listen, suppose you listen to a lecture, only you are listening only, then see, after 3 hours 70% and after 3 days you are able to retain only 10%. But along with listening, if you are watching, it is just double, 20%. After 3 days also 20% you should be able to retain it. But if listening plus watching both combined together, then see the results. From 10, it is 65% of the things you should be able to retain. And if you are listening, watching and you are doing this also, means writing or something, you physical activity along with that, you should be able to recover or you can say retain 92% of the time. And that's why it has become very effective when we go for listening, watching, and even along with that, doing that activity. And that will help you to retain it for a very, very long time. Then the next one is a very good technique given by Feynman. Exactly, Richard Feynman was an American physics scholar, basically, you can say. And he has given a technique. I use a mnemonic for that: cold water in refrigerator. Cold water in refrigerator, just to remember it. Exactly, C is here for concept. That means first of all you should study a concept, then you should write it down, you should explain it to someone, then you should identify the mistake or the things which you are not able to give up, or you should not able to explain, and review it. So that was given by Richard Feynman, American physics scholar. To see, these are the steps for the Feynman technique. First of all, that means simply you have to study some concept. You have to study some concept. Then when you have studied it, pick up and study a topic. Then explain that topic to someone, and suppose there is no one, you can assume someone hypothetical, fictitious, काल्पनिक समझ के उसको आपको समझाना है. सारी चीजें वैसे समझानी है जैसे just you are teaching to a new person. So you have to explain the topic to someone like a child or someone. If there is no one, you can assume it to be imaginary one. Then the third one, you have to identify any gaps, means mistakes, or if any concept you are not able to give out. तो आपको आइडेंटिफाई ये करना है कि अगर कुछ आपसे छूट गया या नहीं बता पाए, you what are the mistakes you should, and then return and review it. अपने रिव्यू करेंगे इन द सेंस आप अपने लिटरेचर पे या जो आपने पहले पढ़ा था वापस वहां पहुंचेंगे और उसको रिव्यू करेंगे कैसे और बेटर कर सकते हैं. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी गुड टेक्निक. इफ यू आर अलोन at a place, you can use this Feynman technique for more effective strategy, and that exactly reading along with that teaching, that will make you much better one. Then see how revision becomes interesting. Most of the students, they found it very boring one. See, first of all, make target bound study. Your study should be target bound. है ना, ऐसा नहीं कि बस हाफ एन आवर पढ़ना है, आधे घंटे पढ़ना है. यू शुड मेक सम टारगेट्स कि आज अपन को ये कंप्लीट करके ही उठना है. अगर इफ देयर आर नो टारगेट्स, you should regret, you should not able to complete your syllabus. That's why target bound study should be there. You should make a complete timetable, complete schedule, and you should stick to that schedule. Already I have told several number of times what happens, like suppose the students have made some topic like strength of material. They have given 5 days. We'll cover up in 5 days. Then theory of machine, 4 days. After that, third topic, machine design, 3 days. Suppose for example I am taking. Now what happens, they will not be able to cover up in 5 days. फिर वो क्या करते हैं, जब 5 days में नहीं हुआ तो क्या करते हैं, थोड़ा सा चेंज करते हैं. यार चलो ठीक है यार, इसमें +1 डे कर देते हैं और आगे वाले में -1 डे कर देंगे. फिर ये भी नहीं हो पाएगा. Then they will change it. Okay, make it +2 and here -2, and the same thing continues. And the main problem is you should not able to complete your syllabus on time. That's why it should be stick to that topic, stick to the timetable schedule. For that you have to bend out your back, but it should be sticking to that. Then the second one, make target bound study. Your target should be completed within the fixed period of time. Secondly, it is very important, write and discuss and review. देखिए, नींद आपको तभी आती है जब आप लिख नहीं रहे होते. अगर आप सिर्फ एक जगह बैठ के रीड कर रहे हैं, ऑफ कोर्स यू आर गोइंग टू बाउंड, यू गेट स्लीपी, आपको नींद आएगी. बेस्ट इज राइट इट डाउन, फॉर्मूला लिखिए, लिख के देखिए, प्रैक्टिस करिए, किसी के साथ डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, कमी जो आ रही है उसको रिव्यू कर सकते हैं, चेक कर सकते हैं. नींद कभी नहीं आएगी. यू शुड हैव टू क्रिएट इंटरेस्ट इन दैट सब्जेक्ट. एंड द थर्ड वन, very important, Lot of students, they miss out. They used a bed to study. No, always use table and chair to study whenever you're studying. कभी भी आप रजाई ओढ़ के या बिस्तर में जाके पढ़ाई नहीं करेंगे. जो बिस्तर में गया वो कभी वापस नहीं आया, सो गया. That's why make a habit, always use stable chair. And if you are using these techniques, your revision will be never boring. You will never get sleepy. The next one is I have made some other topics for the theoretical as well as numerical portion. Now see, if you are going through a theoretical portion, normally नींद आती है. थ्योरी पढ़ते पढ़ते आपको ज्यादा नींद आती है. तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं? When first of all you're going through the class notes or maybe textbook, you can underline the important points, topic. Not everyone, very few important one, many definitions you should underline. So that next time when you are studying, you should directly go through that. Along with that, there is a very good technique known as active recall. Now active recall means suppose 15 or 20 minutes आपने पढ़ाई की. Now after 15 to 20 minutes, book बंद कर दिए, notes बंद कर दिए, and just recall it, what you have gone through in the last 15 minutes, just in a 1 minute, recall it. That we call active recall. That is a very good strategy, very effective technique. And even I have already told you Ebbinger's forgetting curve. Even Ebbingers has also given this technique, active recall, very effective one, just to get your retention back. Then the third one is question-based study. See, a lot of students, they don't know the questions which they are going to ask in the examination. That's why you should first of all go through the questions. जब आप questions देखते हो ना, आपको समझ में आ जाता है किस टॉपिक से कौन सा क्वेश्चन बन सकता है. फिर आप उसके हिसाब से पढ़ाई करेंगे तो आपको ज्यादा बेटर रिजल्ट्स मिल सकते हैं. तो that's why you should read the questions also. Which types of questions they are asking from a particular topic. And then when these are done, you should go through the sample papers and previous year questions from that topic. They will help you and you should practice that. Theoretical portions हैं तो आपको थ्योरी लिख के देखनी चाहिए. सिर्फ पढ़ने से नहीं होगा. एग्जाम की अगर आप प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं तो you should write it down also. Because in the final exams you have to write it only. है ना? You need not to read. You have to write. That's why effectively you should write it also. कि कैसे आप लिखोगे, कितने lines में आता है आपका आंसर कि नहीं. Then when we talk about numerical portions, see, if we talk about numerical topics में first of all you should revise the formula. See, like if we talk about GATE, अगर अपन GATE की बात करें, lot of students must be mainly focusing GATE examinations. Now if we talk about GATE, formulas are very important. That's why all the formulas should be at your fingers. You should be able to, because instant you have to use the formula. So that's why formula के लिए सबसे बढ़िया है आपको लिख के देखना है. एक इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला है उसको 3-4 टाइम्स लिख के लिया, दूसरा अगला उठाया फिर उसको 3-4-5 टाइम्स लिख लिया. जितने आप फॉर्मूले लिखते जाएंगे उतने आपके इफेक्टिव होते जाएंगे. देन प्रैक्टिस न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस. सो एज सून एज योर फॉर्मूला आर डन, डायरेक्टली गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चंस. क्वेश्चंस में बी आइदर योर टेस्ट सीरीज क्वेश्चंस और प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस, बट क्वेश्चंस लगाना भी बहुत जरूरी है. प्रैक्टिस मेक्स अ मैन परफेक्ट, एंड दैट्स व्हाई न्यूमेरिकल्स you should keep on practicing those numericals. and उनसे प्यार करिए, भागना नहीं है, प्यार करना है, न्यूमेरिकल्स को बनाना है. और थर्ड वन जो टेस्ट सीरीज के बाद, रिव्यू एंड सर्च वीक पॉइंट्स. जब आपने टेस्ट सीरीज दी ना तो सारे क्वेश्चन हमसे नहीं बनने वाले. जो आपके वीक पॉइंट्स हैं उनको नोट करिए और उनको रिव्यू करिए. जहां पे आपसे मिस्टेक हो रही है मींस स्टिल सम इंप्रूवमेंट इज रिक्वायर्ड. So you should improve it so that you should be more effective. Next time you should never make that mistake again. So that's why the third last point, review and search weak points and you have to improve it. So these are the techniques through which you can say increase your retention power or revision strategies which will make you more effective, and hopefully they will be helpful. All the best for your coming exams. Thank you.